Good challenge for us. Played a good team. Execution wasn't as sharp as we wanted, but that's good. That means we can go in a couple days, start breaking down the film with them, and start making the improvements that we're hoping to see. But I think when the first group midway through the third quarter, I mean, it's still a really good game, exciting game at that point. I kind of wanted to just finish the thing out, but we have people to look at, and it wouldn't be fair to them. So, uh, I like even when we fell behind, they battled back, made it kind of a game at the end. So we'll learn from this and we'll get better.
Questions in the room? Go ahead, Megan.
Coach, can you talk about Tahina Paopao today? I thought she played very well in her minutes. Just what stood out to you from her game?
I thought she really competed on the defensive end. We challenged her on that side, and I thought she, rose to the occasion. Uh, like I said, she's fearless. She goes in there and she's ready. She's played in as big a games as there are in the college game, so this doesn't bother her. She's excited about this opportunity and she's making the most of it.
Coach.
Coach, the preseason doesn't allow for you guys to get a lot of game action and see how things run with, BG, Alicia, and Ryan. But how do you hope they play off of each other as they move forward throughout the season?
Well, that's the big thing is just learning how to play with each other without. I don't want to rely on plays all the time. I want us just to be able to move it, communicate, work together, execute actions at a high level to get good shots. So, we didn't call a single play really today. We just want them to start working together and figuring it out. At times, I think we got a little frustrated because we were a little stagnant. We were kind of just watching one person with the ball rather than moving it and getting into things. But we've been together a short time and we'll get better.
What was the main thing you want to see when you say execution wasn't where you wanted it? What do you want to see?
Well, we move the ball. Once you move the ball, you need to get with the teammate, get in an action, understand where you have an advantage, or understand where your teammates have an advantage. If we have a mismatch, we got to be able to space out, move the ball, get it into the post. Uh, we have to also create some confusion in tough situations for the defense to guard. So instead of just staring at the next person with the ball, you've got some movement, screening, cutting off of it so that they at least have to guard some actions rather than just, five people staring at the ball waiting to help.
Coach, you brought up transition defense as a focal point before the game. You limited Indiana to 8 points in transition. What did you see there, being able to slow down Indiana's fast pace?
Yeah, they got behind us a couple times, but overall, and there's one time where we didn't get matched up in transition at all off of free throws, so that'll be something uh, that we work on with our communication. But overall, we got the ball stopped and we got matched up, and we made them run offense. So that part of it was actually kind of a bright spot.
Coach, when Ryan and Alicia aren't having the best shooting nights, what do you want to see from them?
Just keep shooting, keep working to get open, keep shooting. A slow start doesn't mean you're going to have a bad game. Like you might make the next four. You just got to keep positive and keep getting the kind of shots. Uh, Sometimes if you start off a little slow, you start forcing things. That's what we don't want. We want to make sure that we keep moving and getting the kind of shots we want. But those are two of the best players in the league. They're not going to have many nights like that. So they just got to, you start slow, you finish fast.
Coach, you got some big decisions to make. When do you make the final decisions and lock in on the roster for the first game of the season?
I don't even know when the deadline is, but you're right. I mean, we're going to have to make some decisions fast because we want to get our team ready for that first game. So, there's people that are going to be having conversations. We'll be watching the film. Uh, I do think that, unfortunately, you have to make these decisions. There's players who probably should be in this league that we just don't have enough roster spots for them on our team right now. So it's going to be tough. And this is not something that I'm used to because, like, you recruit somebody, and if they start off slow or aren't getting it done, you work with them and you see them grow and stuff like that. And this is a W though. We gotta get the best team we can to start this season.
We'll do the last question.
Coach, whenever you're making those decisions, you can see a lot of things in the box score, but how much of the little things that don't really show up in the box score come to play, like the communication on screens, the hustle stats, anything like that?
We're looking at everything. It's not just box score stats. Like somebody had a bad day shooting the ball. That's, we're looking, can you execute our defensive principles? Do you understand what we're looking for on offense? Do you work well with our other teammates? That type of thing. But, it's tough. They're all here because they deserve to be here. And you can't keep everybody. You got to make a decision. So that's what all the coaches, Dan, will all get together and kind of go over things and figure out who our best 11, who they are.
Awesome. Thank you for your time, everyone.